when I had the experience that I've written about in 2012, 2013 of experiencing the divine, I spontaneously came into the remembrance of certain gifts and abilities that were dormant inside of me, that we actually all have. And throughout the course of my life, just my being with people, all of these things were being shared. When everything first began, though, everything was being shared in a very private way. So everything that you're experiencing in activations or in impact or in transformational mentoring was done in a room with like 10 people. Yeah. So it's a very comfortable way for me on a personal level to share with everybody, because it wasn't scary, I guess is the right word. Scary. And people would report of spontaneous occurrences in their lives, physical illnesses going away, financial issues being remedied, all of these things that people believed were problems would disappear. And at a certain point, it's like the word got out that this was happening, and it kind of started to become this thing. And I've never wanted this to become a thing, right? Like, I've never wanted this to be categorized or pigeonholed a certain way. So gradually, people would invite me onto different teleseminars and invite me onto stages all over the world to do keynotes and this and that, blah, blah, blah. And all of these experiences would continue to happen, except now they were happening in front of thousands and thousands of people, to the point where it wasn't this thing that was happening in private that only I and the people that I was with knew about because they were witnessing it happen. It was now happening everywhere. And that's when a part of me got scared. Because I don't think on a personal level I was quite ready yet to be that visible. It takes a lot of vulnerability to show up every day and to allow yourself to be open like this, to allow everything to be shared through you, and to be on the receiving end of whatever happens with the other. As you can imagine, there's a lot of judgment and a lot of criticism or a lot of opinions that people have. And our past history in spirituality and spiritual gifts hasn't exactly helped, because there's always been some level of egoic identification with the gift, and it's never ended well. And so I never wanted to be that person. I never wanted to be that individual. And yet I couldn't stop it. I couldn't stop it. It was happening to everyone. And the reason why I'm sharing this with you is because people began to be able to see again on calls. They began to be able to walk again. If they had something that was life-ending, sometimes it would go away. And it was scary. Because I didn't want to accept what that would mean for my life. I guess I didn't want to accept that level of judgment or that level of scrutiny. Or I also didn't want people to latch onto me thinking that I had something that they didn't have. And I'm at that point again where it's happening again. And I don't want to stop it this time. I feel like whatever I had to go through to get to this point, to no longer have any personal attachment or any personal involvement in any of it, is gone. But I feel like the world needs it now. And I feel like in some way, shape or form, where I wasn't able to be that before fully, I feel like I'm ready to be that now. And I'm also willing to accept whatever it means. I'm willing to accept whatever it means. So I'm already starting to have experiences now where I know what's possible for people. And it's amazing what happens when a nervous system informs another nervous system. And I know that you're all experiencing this too. We've got to get to a point where we are no longer afraid of allowing our light to fully express through us.